Hello everyone, my name is Pedro and in this video I'm gonna show you a Timo game that I just played. Don't expect this game to be perfect, it's only my third game as Timo and the mechanics are quite difficult. But my plan here is to show you all the steps are the triggers, how the game went, so you as a new player can have a grasp of the essentials and the fundamentals you need to know to start playing Riftbound. So if we begin, these are my three battlefields. I decided to keep Battle 3 because it's the my best game one battlefield. For my mulligan, I decided to keep Mundo Retreat and a 2-drop for my first turn because these three cards are very good in the matchup. I could have mulliganed away the Sprite, but I decided to keep it. Perfect. So my opponent will go through the A phase, so Awakening. B phase, it's the beginning phase, nothing happens here. Next, channel and the draw that you just saw here. They will tap 2 mana to add in the rune pool and play the Raven runes to them. It's my turn, so Awakening phase, uh, beginning phase, channel phase, because I'm going second, I channel 3 runes and draw. Here I drew another Mundo, which is it's quite bad. So I will tap. I will exhaust 2 runes. Let's use the good terminology and play the merchant. Here I have 2 options. I could tap my legend Timo to add this Timo to my hand. So in a future turn, I could play the Timo without them knowing that it's a Timo. Or I can keep this rune for retreat in case they play Falling Star, for example. Uh, I think I should have played the Timo in my hand, but I think I just forgot, to be honest. So awakening phase, beginning phase, nothing happens. Channel phase and draw phase. Now they decide to use an action to move the Raven student here. This will create a showdown, a non-combat showdown. So as the attacker, they will have the opportunity to play any actions or reactions. If they don't want to do this, they will pass the priority to me, and I can have the priority to play any actions or reactions. This is quite important because I have 1 mana open here. I could play a Gust to bounce this to their hand when the prio is 2. Um, we both don't do anything, so we proceed to the Conquer and they score 1. Then, yeah, they will stupefy themselves. Again, they stupefy, so I have a priority to react. I decide to not do it and I pass. And then they draw a card and they play the Noxus because the Legion ability. Right now here we have Awaken, so we untap everything. Beginning phase, nothing happens. Channel rune, we channel 2 runes, and I draw my flash for the turn. What I decided to do here. So after a lot of thinking, I decide to move here. Before conquering, the move trigger will happen. So what happens here? It's I need to discard and draw before the conquer. My opponent has the opportunity to react to this move trigger if they want, but the move trigger already happened. So if, for example, the Hextech ring me, the move trigger already happened. I discard flash, I draw, and now the showdown will be created. As an attacker, I have the priority to cast any action or reaction, and my opponent will proceed with actions or reactions. Actions if the chain is empty, of course. That's before scoring a point. So they tell it's okay, no Hextech raise, so I am able to conquer the battlefield. I score 1 point. And now what I do here, I put Timo in my hand. I shuffle my hand, of course, because I don't want them to know that the card that will play is a Timo. I hide my Timo by paying 1 mana, and I just pass. So it's their turn. Let's go over the steps again. Awaken everything on taps. B. Now we have two triggers. We have when I hold the effect, and we have the B phase where they will score a point. How this happens is they will score a point first, and then this will go in the chain. When I hold, you can draw one card. They will draw for this. After they will channel their runes, and after they will draw for the turn. They play a sentry, okay. They retreat is okay. Just a little information here. By playing the sentry or by retreating the Noxus, I don't have any window to respond with reactions because nothing entered to the chain. Be mindful of this. They play Kaisa. Again, I don't have any window to respond. My only window to respond during their turn was to the battlefield trigger to draw a card. So if, for example, this was the book, the draw two, and I really wanted to activate it, my only window was in response of the when I hold effect here. It's my turn. So awaken, beginning phase, I will score a point, channel runes, and after I will draw. Of course, this tool is made automatically every action at the same time, but this is a good order to follow. A lot of thinking. I will just play this here. I'll hide another card by paying 1 mana because of the Timo Legend. And I think I will just pass here. Yeah, I just pass. So awaken, beginning phase, they will score a point. After they are holding, so they will draw a card. They will channel to runes and draw a card for the turn. A, B, C, D. Okay, so here they decided to attack with this. What happens here is they are the attackers, so they have the priority to play an action or a reaction. If they don't want to do this, I can respond as a defender with an action or a reaction. They decided to play Stupefy on my little guy uh, for their action or reaction. So now I can respond to Stupefy if I want. They don't draw yet. They will draw when Stupefy resolves, but right now Stupefy is in the chain. Actually, I don't remember what happened in this game. So I think I would just flip the Timo. Timo will go in the chain, so Timo will be a response to Stupefy, and they will have the opportunity to cast anything they want. Timo will gain 3 because of his ability, of course. Um, okay, so Timo happens, they don't have anything else, so Stupefy resolves, and now it's not over. We can continue to start new chains over and over until we both pass. So they drew because of Stupefy, and because they started this chain with their Stupefy, now I have the opportunity to start this one as the defend. If I don't want to, I give them the priority again. Yeah, they lose 1 might because of Stupefy. So I don't want, if I start a new chain with the sprite, so now they have the option, yeah, they have the option to respond to my sprite. Here, it was a mistake in my end. I was too fast. Technically, the sprite call here is on the stack, and they can respond to it before the token actually arrives on play. I was too fast by putting the token because the token is not yet in play. Okay, so they decide to not do anything. And because I already passed and they passed, it's over. I cannot retreat here. And they decide to trade with my Timo and the little guy, and I will kill both of their units. On death trigger, the sentry will draw them one. All right. So this is a very, very important play that I'm gonna show you here because it happens all the time and people don't understand. Falling Star is a reflective trigger. Sorry. You can identify reflective triggers with the do this keyword in the sentence. This means that when you play the card, you do not choose the targets yet. We need first to know if anything else if we want to respond to this card. So my opponent here did a mistake by playing Falling Star and assuming it already resolved and they need to choose the two reflective triggers in the stack. But this is not true. So they need to play Falling Star and ask me if I want to do anything. They don't choose the targets yet. Here I would have something, and I made a mistake in this video. Um, so I play Retreat. I wanted to target my little guy here. I don't remember the name, but I target the sprite. So I tell my opponent in the chat. And I wanted to ghost the sprite and not the little guy here. Um, so what happens here, if they don't have anything else to do and I don't have anything else to do, Ghost will bounce my sprite, so it will just kill it. Retreat. Retreat will bounce the little guy here, will give me one rune. And then the Falling Star will resolve. By resolving, two new instances will be added to a new chain. Uh, this means that Falling Star 1 and Falling Star 2, immediately you need to choose the triggers. So you don't choose the triggers when the targets when Falling Star is cast. You choose it when the Falling Star resolves. So in the chain, you will have one Falling Star instance and the other one now. So now, because I don't have any units, my opponent is obligated to choose at least one of their units in play. In this case, if I were my opponent, I will just choose the student with the both triggers. So let's say we have the first chain is Falling Star 1 targeting the student. The second one is Falling Star 2 targeting the student. Here I'm chatting with the opponent to explain this to him because they don't understand this concept. And what ends up happening, let's assume these guys are still in base. They they respond to their Falling Star trigger with a retreat by retreating their student. So what will happen? We have Falling Star, and retreat. Retreat will happen. So the two Falling Stars targeted the student. The student will be bounced to hand, and the two Falling Stars will just fizzle because the target is not valid anymore. And then they conquer here with Kaisa. When you conquer, you get your point before, and then because you conquered, the when you conquer effects happen. So the order is point, and then Kaisa effect will trigger. It will create an instance in the chain to draw a card, and I could respond to it, or my opponent could respond to it. They play a Poro. I don't have any priority to play cards here because it doesn't start anything in the chain. And they pass turn, I think. Yeah, they pass turn. I just play Mundo and pass. Because this video is already 15 minutes, I will stop it here. I wanted to do all the three games, but let's stop his here. I ended up losing this game because I don't know the matches very well, and Timo is a hard deck to play. But I really believe that I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions in the comments, please ping me, and I will be glad to answer them. I might did some mistakes in this video. We'll still all learning the game, so I hope this was informative to you and you learned at least one thing. Thanks for watching.